If you're creating content for a personal brand or to drive traffic to your business, you absolutely need to know about this new AI repurposing strategy. It's an absolute game changer. You can now leverage all of your competitors' best work and repurpose your own ideas everywhere in just a few clicks. Here you're going to learn how you can repurpose any article, blog post, newsletter, or video on the internet and turn it into a personalized and branded Twitter thread. And then in a few clicks, we can turn this into a carousel that we can share on LinkedIn, TikTok, and Instagram. So with this one strategy, you're going to be able to create a lot of content for almost all of the platforms. Let's jump into it. So the first thing you want to do is come on to Tugan.ai, and we're going to start off by turning a YouTube video into a Twitter thread. And then from the Twitter thread, we're going to also then repurpose that into a LinkedIn carousel. And that carousel, we'll be able to use it on Instagram, and we'll also be able to use it on TikTok. So to start with this, we just need to click YouTube to Twitter threads. Okay, so then you want to go to a YouTube video. It can be a competitor's or it can be your own video. I'm going to use my own one here. This one's a video I posted a while ago. It's 3 sales psychology tricks. So this will be pretty good as a carousel as well, because it's going to have 3 main cards. It will have an intro and it will have an outro with hopefully a call to action in it as well. So I'm going to take this one, and obviously, as I said, you can take a competitor's one if you're not making videos yourself, and then you can repurpose that content with your own style and your own ideas. It's a good way just to get started on something. So here we go back to Tugan.ai, and you want to paste your link in here. And once you pasted your link in, we can come down here and you can see you can select different options. You have a simple thread, which says share information to your readers in a simple format. Then you got 10 secrets threads. That'll be like a listicle. I'm not going to use that here because there's only going to be maybe 3 or 4 points in this video that are touched on. So it's going to be repeating itself if I tell it to pull 10 tips from it. So it really depends on what type of video you're using here. And then you have a practical advice thread. So share practical advice to your audience. So in this one, I'm going to go with practical advice thread. And then all we need to do is click on generate thread. So then you can see it's given us our first post here, which is going to be the introduction. And then it's given us kind of a second introduction here as well, which you can keep if you want. It just tells them to bookmark it and introduces the post a little more. And then it gets straight into the techniques. So as I said, this is 3 sales psychology tips. So it's pulled from all of those. So the first one is reframe questions. And you can see it explains what it actually is, but then the next tweet will be an action item, and that's because we selected practical advice threads. So these tend to perform very well, especially if it's a carousel as well, because you're giving someone an action to take after you've educated them on something. So these posts tend to get bookmarked a lot. Okay, now we can see it's given us 2 techniques, and then we can see 3 techniques there, and it's the Franklin effect, which is also talked about in the video. And then it's given us the outro as well. That's all perfect. So we can copy this, and obviously you can see it says follow at, that's just placeholder, that sales guru thing. So you put your own handle in there, and obviously go through and edit it and personalize a little bit, but that should only take a minute or two. So I just want to show you 1 or 2 more things we can do here before we copy this. Now, obviously, once you edit this, you can put it up as a tweet thread, but you can also, as I said, we're going to turn this into a LinkedIn carousel and a TikTok and Instagram carousel as well. But before that, I can show you, if you hover up here, you can see there's a few options. One of the most useful is the personalities one. So you can ask it to write it in a different kind of way. So the provocative guru, the good teacher, the funny entertainer, you can play around with those and you can write it in different styles as well. And obviously you can also regenerate it as well. If you're not happy with it or if it got something wrong, you can regenerate it, and you can shorten it as well if it's too long. Okay, once you're happy with that, I'm going to show you 2 ways you can turn this into a carousel. So what we want to do here is we want to copy it, and then you want to jump over to a website called postnitro.ai, and down here you can click on create carousel for free on the left hand side. Now, all you need to do in here, there's a few options you can use. You can get an article here. I'm going to show you that in a second. You can pull this from a website, so you can turn basically a blog post into a carousel easily. I'll show you that in a moment though, but I'm going to just stay on point to what we're talking about here. You can see for the tweet thread, if you want to turn that into a carousel using this, all we need to do is click on text and then enter our text in here. Now it says how many slides we want, so we can see this has 9 slides in it, this original one, but it also has the intro, so that'll be 10 in total. So you want to come here and we just want to turn this up to 10. And next we just need to click generate from text. Okay, so let's just have a little look and see how it's done here. We can see it's put all of our individual posts into a carousel format. Now there's a couple of things we can do in here. Obviously you can just click on any of this and then you can change the text. So we're going to change the call to action to follow for more. We can see that's absolutely fine. It works perfectly. And then obviously you can go back to the start again and create a different hook. Okay, now a few other things we can do while we're in here. We can see templates on the left hand side, so you can change the aesthetic of it. You can change how it looks just by clicking on them. So we can see that one looks a lot better, a lot more eye-catching in itself, and it depends on obviously your branding, you know, how you want to brand it. So let's just jump over here and see what else we have. You can click on headshot here, and that's just going to change this down here, which is just going to be your username. And then obviously there's a few other basics in here you can play around with. You can play around with things like the text, different types of font, if it has the numbers of the pages, all that sort of stuff. So this platform is completely free to use at the moment, but you can see along the top they have made with postnitro.ai. It's very subtle, but if you did want to get rid of that, you could click on remove watermark here, and all you basically need to do is just tag them on social media and then send a link just to let them know that you've tagged them, and then I think they give you access and they'll remove the watermark. Now, that's one option you can do. There's another option I'm going to show you in a second. If you did want to upgrade to paid software, there is another very good option to do this. But in most cases, this will do you just fine. Okay, so one more thing I want to just show you quickly while we're in here. If we go back up to the top here to the AI section, you can, instead of, we did use a YouTube video for this, and that's mostly what we've been doing here. But if you go to a blog post as well, it can be your own blog post or someone else's, and you want to copy it in here. So you want to copy the URL of that blog post. You want to come back here, and instead of clicking on text, we want to click on article, and you just paste your blog post in. And again, we can tell it how many slides at once. So this is just a blog post basically I made a while ago, just about YouTube marketing and, you know, lessons I've learned from trying to grow my account. So I'm going to use that as the example. We'll say 8 slides, and we'll click on generate from article. Okay, so we can see the title, to dominate YouTube with this growth strategy, and that's basically what this is about. It's about just how to grow on YouTube. YouTube growth and rank framework. So it's obviously picked up well on what it's about. It's then we can see content quality is given lessons for each of them. Optimize meta tags, engage with your audience. So I mean, it's given some very good points here. So this in itself, you can go through, as I said, and edit it, and you can make sure it's picked up on all the main points from the article correctly. And if it hasn't, you can just redo it as well. But in this case, it seems to have done a pretty good job. So even if it's not 100% perfect, what you're getting here is you're getting the structure for your carousel. It's a great jump off point. It's a great way of, you know, putting the foundations there so you can come in and you can flesh it out and you can tweak and optimize it. So one more option I want to show you here. It's going to be another piece of software you can use. Now this one is completely free to use at the moment. I don't know how long it's going to be free for, but it's, as I said, all you need to do is tag them basically on social media and they'll remove the watermark, even though it's not that big of a deal. But if you did want to pay for some software, you do have the option of going to aicarousels.com as well. Now these do have a free version themselves, but it's not that great, to be honest. All you can do is use the very basic templates, which is fine in itself, but you have to manually paste in each part of the thread. So if I wanted to use this one for a Twitter thread for my own one, I'd have to go back here and I would take, say, the first one out here, the first section, and we jump back over. And then I would say paste it in here like that and do the different, you know, do the different headings and stuff like that. So we have technique 1 here. I think I've already pasted that in. So come back, let me just jump over, and then you'd be pasting stuff in like that, you know. So this platform is absolutely fine to do it as well. It's just a little bit more manual as you have to paste in each of them. And if you did want more backgrounds and stuff like that and to be able to customize more things, you would have to upgrade to the pro version. But the free version is fine just to get started and paste your own stuff in. But if you want more branding, you'll need to pay. And you'll also need to pay for the pro version if you want to paste your text in and have it do it all in bulk. But for 99% of people, you won't need to pay anything. Between these two platforms, you'll be able to do them manually for free yourself. To stay on top of the latest opportunities to make money online and to get the best marketing resources to make them profitable, make sure to check out the Modern Freedom community. To sign up and check it out, you can find the link below. Thanks for watching.